Hello, I'm Evocable Object 4, and welcome back to Wounded by Words. Time to do another character's arc. Allied. English, if you please. I think I'll always remember that day. Even if I had lived through more perilous situations, this one held a special place in my heart. I remember everything so vividly because it was a human experience, and an unconventional one at that. Just like war, actually. Maybe it left a mark on me precisely because it reminded me of the war, of the pain, of the hopelessness, and also because it made me feel useful again. I thought I could help people, that I could be a functional human being again. But that may have been foolish of me. One can never return from hell. After all, never. Even so, I remember that day as a moment of hope. I tried to cling to that, convincing myself it was my last chance. Was it all in vain? I had an appointment with the doctor afternoon that day. I knew it would be unpleasant. He told me the same thing as usual. I had to make an effort for my treatment to work. I couldn't care less. I didn't believe in its effectiveness. I truly thought it was a lost cause. At that time, his words were painful, and I couldn't escape them. I took a stroll in order to occupy my mind, and somehow I ended up at the shopping center. There were people everywhere, talking, walking, kissing, laughing. The crowd was lively, too lively for me. I had barely taken a few steps and already felt dizzy. I felt tired, so tired, hearing the voices of these people living their daily life happily, without a doubt, was breaking my heart even further. I didn't belong there, among the normal, among the humans. I didn't fit in this picture of joyful couples and families. I couldn't stop hearing the voices, laughing louder and louder, and I couldn't understand a thing. I was already fighting to escape those words. I was there, walking slowly, trying to ignore my terrible headache, when a deafening sound broke through my thoughts. I heard an explosion, and the walls began to shake as the windows blew up into tiny pieces. There were screams, people panicking, running in every direction, rushing towards the exit. I could clearly see that the fear in their eyes, their failure to grasp what was going on. The ceiling was crumbling, increasing the panic. At that moment, they were all wild animals, and soon enough, they became aggressive. I was tired, so very tired, and my head ached so badly that I was too slow to react. I was knocked over, trampled by the hysterical crowd, my field of vision blurred. The last thing I heard before getting hit by a collapsing rock was yet another explosion, and then everything went black. After I snapped out of it, all I could see was pitch black. There was a strong smell, dust particles. I could feel a presence next to me. I wasn't alone. Ah, you're finally awake! As I opened my eyes wide, I saw a distinct silhouette in the darkness. Given the tone of voice, this person seemed to be an old lady. I was afraid your injury would be more serious. Thank goodness you're okay. Where are we? I wish I could tell you, young lady. Are you hungry, cat? Or do you need water or something? I wish I could tell you, young lady. I think we've fallen from the ground floor. You must be on the lower ground floor. How did we manage to fall exactly? Well, it's a long story. You were hit by a stone. Do you remember? Yes, I do. What happened after? I saw you pass out. I couldn't leave you there in that pitiful state. Not when there were people walking all over your unconscious body. I tried to slap you awake, and you did open your eyes a bit, but I could clearly see that you were only half conscious. So I pulled you up and leaned you against my shoulder to help you walk. Since we were as slow as snails, it was near impossible to get away when the ground collapsed beneath us. You feel a bit better now. That rock must have stunned you. Wait, you pulled me back to save me from staring death in the face? I don't know what to say. I mean, you didn't have to. You could have escaped on your own. You don't owe me anything. Why did you bother saving me when you were in danger too? That, young lady, is my duty. I want to help as many people as I can. And please, don't thank me. I don't do that for a pat on the back. Just get better. That's all I can ask. If that's all you ask for, I can't decline. But everything seems okay. I just feel a bit numb. That's a relief. Well, we're lucky that none of us got any major injuries during that fall. Now, it'd be even better if we could get out of here. I don't know about you, but I don't particularly like dark rooms, and this place isn't welcoming either. Since it's pitch black, we have to be cautious and not do anything reckless. Let's see. After feeling around in the darkness carefully, I came to a conclusion. Madam, I think I figured out this situation. We're actually between two floors. That's why it's so dark. The bad news is, I don't know how long this platform will hold. I think it's safe to assume it's not the most stable piece of ground. Just as I finished talking, a grinding noise confirmed my theory. I felt the platform shake a bit. It might fall down at any minute. It smells like trouble. What do we do now? Any ideas? I thought deeply while looking around. There was nothing to the right or left, only a fragile pile of intertwined junk and pieces of what previously used to be the ground. It appeared that they were the only thing keeping the platform from falling. It was impossible to climb onto a broken pillar because of the smooth marble, and there was no sign of light above it anyway. It would have been too dangerous to jump blindly. I decided to look down as well, just to be sure, and knelt. Now that I was used to the darkness, I could see light right under the platform, the lower ground floor, in all likelihood. I pointed it out to the old lady. I think the lower ground floor is just here. We could jump and try to find the exit from there. We're not that high up. I don't think we'd get hurt. What if the platform falls on us? We'll just have to be quick. If you think it's safer than staying here, I'll do as you say. Feeling that the unsteady platform was slowly inclining and creaking more and more, I sat down and went first, hoping that the landing wouldn't be too violent. Surprisingly, a bunch of rubble softened my fall, and I landed perfectly. There was a corridor, and some people looking at me with surprise. A mother and her child. As encouraging as seeing other faces was, I had to focus on my companion first. Madam, you can go ahead. It's safe, and there are other people down here. Roger, here I come. Catch me. The old woman jumped as well. Mission accomplished. Maybe we can leave now. A woman in her 30s approached us with her child who was hiding behind her and told us with a calm voice, I'm afraid I'll have to let you down because there's no way out of here. We're trapped as well. Are you sure? I was about to ask the stranger for more information. I heard a voice calling for help nearby. Everybody looked in the same direction. There was a door leading to the bathroom at the end of the hallway. Without a second thought, I rushed in, followed by the woman I just met. Alright. When we entered the bathroom, we immediately noticed a young man lying on the floor. He looked like a teenager and seemed embarrassed. I understood why. There was a wheelchair next to him, stuck under a rock. He must have been crawling in order to retrieve it. How troublesome. Don't worry, we'll put it back in place. Thanks. It's not working as well as before, but it's better than nothing. Not having anything else to do in the damaged bathroom, we decided to go back to the hallway. Nice to meet you all. The more the merrier, I say. We should be happy about the fact that we're still alive right now. Maybe now is a good time for introductions. Well, At that exact moment, there was a strange sound, the sound of stretching and coughing. We all turned back to see what it was, and suddenly a human hand emerged from a pile of debris. We all cringed simultaneously. My heart beat faster. Could it be? The hand cleared out the stones as it made its way out. A man got out of the ruins and dusted himself off. We were made speechless by his appearance. Phew! Close call. Hello there. May I know where this is? And may we know what you were doing out there? I was unconscious under this pile of junk. I just woke up after hearing their voices. Your voices. But I couldn't tell where it was. I saw a light, and here I am. I guess now is a good time for introductions. Unless there's another one hidden somewhere, but I doubt it. I'm Aline, retired, 73 years old, and still kicking. I was about to go shopping when this thing occurred. Everyone was screaming and jostling around, and then I saw this young lady on the floor getting walked over by this beast, and I gave her a hand. As we were slowly escaping, the ground shifted right under our feet, and here we are. Agath, retired Army officer, 28. I was passing through the shopping center for a little walk, and you already know the rest. Gabriel, 19, student. I was idling around and went to one of the only wheelchair-accessible bathrooms. I heard a commotion outside, but I had to take my time getting back out. Then a part of the wall collapsed near me as I was getting out, and the impact ejected me out of my wheelchair. I passed out, and you helped me get back on track just after I woke up. Okay. I'm Alicia, 32, and I have too many jobs right now to count. Let's say cashier and cleaner for now. My son Hanson right there slipped away from me while I was trying to get out of the shopping center, and I had to look for him right in the middle of the commotion. I found him here. I guess it was the quietest place at the moment, hence why he chose to take shelter. He hates crowds and noise. Anyway, as soon as I reached him, the walls right here collapsed and the way out was closed off. He took some time to calm down, and that's when you came in. As for me, I'm Dave, 47 years old. I'm the director of a departmental team of the local public service corporation. We work for the common good. Our office is located on this floor, and I was actually sleeping in mine when the alarm rang out. It's a bit embarrassing, but I assure you it's not because I was partying the night before or anything like that. I'm just currently really busy with new files coming out of nowhere. I haven't slept much lately, and couldn't help but fall asleep on my desk. I got trapped in the office since nobody came to see me. They must have thought I already got out. To be honest, I didn't fully understand what was going on. When the wall collapsed on me, I was knocked out. But fortunately, it also allowed me to join up with you. I take it that none of our cell phones work? The teenager and the woman and salaryman all sighed in unison. No signal. We're underground after all, and if the building has really fallen down on itself, it's no surprise. Does anyone know what actually happened? Was it an earthquake? Strange earthquake, then. I didn't feel the ground move under my wheels at all. I'd say it was a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack? Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. A small group recently threatened this exact shopping center, saying they wanted to lash out at a symbol of capitalism in our country. Considering that this center is a big economic landmark for the city, it wouldn't be surprising. You seem knowledgeable about these things. Well, I was in the army after all. I had to handle many difficult situations during my missions, and I was frequently in contact with other units. So, what is your opinion of our situation right now? Do you think we have a chance of escaping? Well, I examined the place a bit earlier, so here are my thoughts. First, it's a miracle that all of us have reached a place as large as this one. Usually people trapped underground by something like an earthquake are stuck in a much narrower tunnel, so they can't even move or stand up. Plus, they usually get little light and no means of taking care of themselves. Here we have fully functional toilets, and some of the lights are still working. Not sure that they'll last long, though. My big question is resource. The taps aren't working. Does anyone have something to eat or drink? I do. I have a full bottle of water in my purse, and I haven't opened it yet. I can definitely share it. That's a new miracle. I have only one request. Go ahead. I also have a smaller bottle of juice. I'll share the water, but I'll keep the other one for my son if you don't mind. He doesn't like water. How can someone not like water? It's tasteless. Shh. Everyone has their quirks. Let him do what he wants. No problem. I understand that the kid needs more attention than us. Thank you. He really needs it. And I don't want him to be bad-tempered. It's not a good time for that. So, it's not much, but we have one of the essentials. We can't live more than 2 or 3 days without water, whereas on average, humans can survive around a month without eating, if he doesn't tax his reserves. So we have less than 2 or 3 days after finishing the bottle before dying of dehydration. Yay! This is a happy game, where everyone's trapped in a mall. Yay! I have another concern. If the taps aren't working, there must be a hole in the water mains inlet, which means a leak. In the situation of a terrorist bomb, it could be due to the damage of an electric circuit that leads to another explosion. What annoys me is we don't know exactly where this leak is. We could get flooded at any moment. And if an electric cable has been damaged, that would electrocute us as well. By staying, we might be signing our own death warrant. But we have no way of knowing that, so I have no clue about our survival chance. The future looks quite grim for us. But I don't want to die here. Dave looked pale all of a sudden. He looked terrified and was shaking like a leaf. He rushed to the sealed exit and pounded on the debris. I knew he was going to scream.
So what, are you going to get one before Dave dies now?
No, I'm not doing the bad endings. Well,
you don't know that. No! Unless you've looked it up. Don't look up stuff that's cheating.
I think there's only one bad ending, and that's if you use the gun. At least I think that's the case. But I'm not gonna use the gun. Oh, whatever. It's useless, you know. You'll only exhaust yourself. The rescue team won't hear you from above since we're underground. I'm sure they'll come with sensors anyway, so they'll know where we are. For now, let's save our energy, okay? We'll scream only when we hear their voices calling out to us. Do you think we can escape on our own? Well, I don't know if it's humanly possible to clear out the collapsed zone, and I can definitely say we can't climb out either. So no, let's say we can't do much. Let's wait for the rescue team. Who knows, they might already be on their way. I just think it'll be safer to set up as far as possible from the ruins. We don't want them falling on our heads. Anyway, let's cooperate. If we want to get out of here alive, our best chance is to help one another and stick together. I may not be in the army anymore, but I promise that I'll put your protection as my top priority. As I finished talking, I saw all of them pull a face. I knew they were a bit demotivated, but the truth is always better than a pretty lie. Even so, I had to reassure them a little. I'm sure the rescue team will be here soon. We only have to wait. The most important thing right now is to maintain harmony inside our group. We can't let fear or sadness get the better of us. Let's try to pass the time as pleasantly as we can. Everyone nodded silently. I thought they were agreeing, but didn't necessarily know how to strike up a conversation. I had to set an example. Adeline! Alright. Thanks again for helping me back there, Adeline. I might have died there. I told you there was no need to thank me, jeez. That won't prevent me from caring about you. Come to think of it, you must have exhausted yourself by carrying me, and there's so much dust in the air. Will you be okay? I don't want you to get sick. I can't fake laugh. You're underestimating me, young lady. I'm not made of glass at all. I'm sure it'll take the wind out of your sails, but I'm actually used to going to demonstrations as a volunteer. I've already had to demonstrate in less than element weather. I walked under the scorching sun and the freezing cold and torrential rain, so it's nothing to me. The only thing I need is a lively atmosphere. During those demonstrations, all the volunteers were always laughing together, joking. It cheered me up and made me want to do my best. Wow, you're awesome, Adeline. Why do you think, eh? Grandma's kicking butt. In the association I'm in, I'm the oldest, so I try to take care of the youngsters. I love them very much, and I'm proud to be fighting with them. I do the boring and time-consuming tasks, like making the posters or flyers that the others deliver. And I cook too. I knew that some elderly people like to join associations, but I never met one who attended demonstrations. I think everyone would like to be as dynamic as you are at your age. What's your motivation? Why are you in this association? Well, I want to leave a better world for the next generation. I think a lot of people my age were a bit selfish and didn't realize what they were doing. I don't want to be like that. Plus, it's making me feel younger, and I found a new family. What type of association is it? Well, it's about LGBT rights. You know, fighting for homosexuals' rights. Trying to emphasize the importance of diversity, gender studies, feminist stuff, those things. Yeah, cool. Feminism. But feminists hate men, right? No matter what, Dave kinda fails. I don't know. Silence. Sure thing, sweetie. Hold on a sec. I'm checking my imaginary bingo card. Everyone looked at each other in the eyes, jaded. It was crystal clear that Dave was the kind of person who tended to be rather tactless. There was a long pause in the conversation. Nobody wanted to talk anymore, and even Dave felt there was something awkward in the air and avoided going on. The thick silence went on for a while, nobody knowing how to start the conversation again. After what felt like an eternity, a stomach growled. It was Hasten's. Come to think of it, I'm starting to get a bit hungry too. Now could be a good time to have a meal. A meal of air? Delicious, but not very nourishing. I have 6 biscuits on me. Let's share them along with the water. I'd advise you to cut them in half so that we can have another meal later. We don't have much to eat, so let's impose rationing. And so went our humble meal. Each of us got half a biscuit and a portion of water. Not enough to soothe my appetite, sadly. Well, since the rescue team still isn't here, I guess we'll be sleeping in this charming place. Too bad we don't have some kind of blanket. Bah, sleeping directly on the floor is not suited for my age. If only I had known, I would have taken my coat. Would someone be kind enough to help me when the moment comes? I don't want to sleep in my wheelchair. It's not comfy enough for that. No problem. Sleeping on the floor here? It's disgraceful. I don't want to. Sleeping on a hard mall floor with a bunch of debris everywhere. None of us like the idea either, you know.
Sounds like Friday night.
Dave is such a crybaby. If you want, I can sing you a lullaby. No thanks. It wasn't time to sleep yet, so we had some free time to spend. We were joking about the fact that the rescue team would probably wake us up in the middle of the night. Deep down, I'm sure everyone wished that would be the case. Soon enough, conversations died down. I couldn't stay on my own doing nothing. I had to speak to someone to help me forget. Adeline and Gabriel. Okay, there. I decided to chat a bit with Adeline and Gabriel. Adeline was so bubbly and it was always pleasant to see her. Gabriel was a bit of a cynic. I liked his snarky comments. When I found them on the other side of the corridor, they were in the middle of a heated debate. It sure is lively here. What are you two talking about? Well, it turns out this young lad and I both have the same hobby. Really? What is it? Video games. We're playing the same MMORPG. I'm not fond of those, but I can see the appeal. When you're an old lady like me, you have to pass the time, and MMORPGs are the most time-consuming activity I've ever seen. Once you've started, it's hard to stop. I don't want to count how many hours I've played. Hundreds of hours for me, at least. I like to do the high-level content. You must be in a guild, then. Yes, a small one. I tried dozens of guilds, and always ended up being disgusted. As soon as I used my mic, some player would hurry to laugh and mock me. I've heard that's a current issue in online games. I can't stand that. Their guilds were full of garbage anyways. I don't regret leaving them to their prejudices. My current one is so much better. It's friendly and everyone helps each other. And there's magic and rainbows. I'm just like... I wish I could find a nice guild too. I play solo because being with other people is a nightmare. Well, you can't really play solo in an MMO, can you? True. I should have chosen another genre. Say, Adeline, you wouldn't recruit me by any chance. I want to do the high-level content too, but it's too difficult to do with temporary teams. My, how demanding. Well, I'll see what the one in charge thinks. Maybe he'll agree. Let's share contacts. Yeah, you're awesome. In the end, the situation does have a silver lining. We still have to get out. Oh, but that's a minor detail. After a lively conversation, we decided it was time to rest. Oh, I have to finish this. Um, After a while, everyone went their own separate ways to find the least uncomfortable corners of the room and laid down on the ground. I glanced at them regularly and saw many people turning around every which way in hopes of finding some sleep. I wasn't very optimistic. I knew that as soon as I closed my eyes, the screams would return with sparks. I didn't want to see them again. I knew what would await. Another sleepless night, another in a long series. At least I wouldn't stand out of the crowd tomorrow morning. Nobody would know. Almost despite myself, I felt weariness feel me from the inside. I blinked, slower and slower. On the other side, there was darkness and fire. I saw the sand again, those dunes. I felt the blazing sun, the heavy air, the smell of petrification. Okay, sorry, but every time I look at this image, every single time, this does not make me think of darkness and fire at all.
No, that looks like a cheerful sunny day, like a sunset, that looks happy.
Yeah, so, interesting image choice. My mind was uncontrollably attracted to this place. I tried to resist, but it was useless. I had been cursed with memory. I was in the middle of the desert, lost, powerless, as the scene passed before my eyes once again. No! I awoke from my dream with a start. It was the middle of the night, yet the scenery hadn't changed one bit. It was almost reassuring. Yay, I'm still trapped in the mall. Okay, I'm just kidding. That would be better than reliving war. That's 1,000 times better. Well, this is the end of the episode, so I'll save and then I'll see you guys later. Use the empties. They have thousands of response. I have thousands of subscribers, right? We're both successful, right?
The most valuable members of the YouTube community.
Yeah. We're the greatest. Yep. Alright. See you guys in the next video. Bye.